In most shops, labor remains the biggest expense. Therefore, shops crave running unattended through breaks, evenings, and weekends. To provide simple, inexpensive quick change automation, a great many use magazine bar feeds. But what do they do when the first part does not fit through the spindle? There are solutions for parts that cannot be bar fed. Here is the fully automated cell that ATS uses to manufacture collet chuck bodies. But did you know that in North America, fewer than 5% of shops use multi-axis robot technology? Non-users say that it's too complicated, too expensive, and requires too much changeover time for the typical 25 to 100 piece batches. Introducing the H-Bot by ATS Systems. It's simple, inexpensive, and allows job-to-job changeover in fewer than 10 minutes. With standard grippers, application specifications are parts which are 2 to 6 inches in diameter, which must be able to roll, with mass up to 50 pounds, and with machining cycle times of 1 minute or greater. Options are available for parts that fall slightly outside of these ranges. Here is an H-Bot retrofit to an existing lathe. The unit will fit on most common 8-inch and 10-inch chuck lathes. The robot commands the door open, unloads the completed part, fires an air blast to clean the chuck jaws, and inserts the fresh part. The approximate time required from door open to door close command is 25 seconds. This will vary slightly by lathe and part characteristics. After the lathe part exchange, the robot slides the finished part via a chute out of the cell. An optional conveyor is available for parts that cannot be dinged. The robot then fetches the next part. Approximate time to retrieve the next part and return to the ready position above the lathe is about 30 seconds. While the robot waits, its material magazine stages the subsequent part for pickup. Pneumatic cylinders gently guide the raw part down the material chute to set it in the proper pickup location. Remember the reasons why too few use robots today: too complicated, too expensive, and too much time to set up. The H-Bot is extremely simple to use. An operator only needs to jog it to the pickup and drop-off point required for each part and press a Teach button at each point. Anyone can learn it in just a few minutes. ATS has developed an inexpensive yet highly rigid and robust system by using a few key technologies. 2 servo motors pair for all linear axis moves, doubling power available. The wrist axis is servo-driven by a torque tube through the mast. That keeps the servo motor out of the machine in a clean environment and the wrist size compact. Gravity, free and reliable, drives the material magazine. To keep setup time minimal, changeover rarely requires gripper change. This is the insertion of a 2-inch, then a 4-inch, then a 6-inch diameter part without gripper change or adjustment. Typical setup steps involve teaching the pickup and drop-off points, then moving the material magazine fence to the new incoming part length. Typically, all this requires fewer than 10 minutes. To assist, ATS provides both an automation-experienced project team as well as national, locally based service technicians. The project team reviews applications, provides custom proposals, and builds the systems. The local technicians provide installation, training, and other lifetime support. We invite you to send your parts, visit, and see for yourself the H-Bot at ATS Systems or the nearest technical center. The H-Bot, a simple, low-cost, quick changeover way to automate loading of small and medium batch parts. ATS Systems, completing machine tool investments.